I started a tiny garden on my apartment balcony to save money. Now our entire building has become a vertical farm feeding 50 families. When I lost my job during the pandemic, my severance was running out and grocery prices were skyrocketing. I lived in a small one-bedroom apartment in a 12-story building with only a narrow balcony for outdoor space. I'd never gardened before, but YouTube door hours made growing vegetables look simple enough. I started with 6 plastic containers from the dollar store, some potting soil, and about $10 worth of seeds, parn tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, and herbs. My neighbors probably thought I was crazy hauling bags of soil up to the 6th floor. My first attempts were disasters. Seedlings died from overwatering, pests attacked my tomatoes, and birds devoured my lettuce sprouts. But gradually I learned by month 3, I was harvesting enough vegetables to supplement a few meals each week, saving maybe $20 on groceries per not life-changing, but satisfying. That's when Mrs. Rodriguez from the 8th floor spotted me on my balcony tending my plants. "What are you growing?" she called from her balcony above. I explained my mini garden and she confessed she'd been watching my progress for weeks, fascinated. The next day she knocked on my door with several empty yogurt containers and asked if I could help her start her own garden. Soon Mrs. Rodriguez was growing celery, onions, and jalapenos, part ingredients for her family's salsa recipe. Her success caught the attention of others in our building. Mr. Patel from the 4th floor wanted to know if he could grow curry leaves and chilies. The college students in 7C wondered about growing tomatoes for pasta sauce. I created a simple instruction sheet and started giving balcony gardening lessons in the building's community room. We discussed container options, suitable vegetables for our climate, and how to pollinate plants manually on balconies where bees rarely visited. 3 months later, nearly half the building had converted their balconies into productive growing spaces. We started a group chat to swap tips, extra seedlings, and harvests. When Mrs. Rodriguez had too many jalapenos, she'd trade with the college students' tomatoes. Mr. Patel shared curry leaves with everyone. The building manager noticed our efforts and approached me with an unexpected offer. "The building owner is impressed with the community you've built. We have unused roof space that gets full sun. Would you be interested in creating a community garden up there?" With the building owner's blessing and a small budget, we transformed the 2,000 square foot roof into a genuine urban farm. Residents signed up for plots, and we installed rain barrels and a simple irrigation system. We added vertical growing walls along concrete sections to maximize space. By the 2nd year, we were producing enough food that we started donating extras to a local food pantry. A local newspaper ran a story about our vertical village farm, and suddenly community groups and people from neighboring buildings were asking for guidance. We now have 50 families actively growing food in our building. Our monthly harvest shares distribute produce to elderly and disabled residents who can't garden themselves. We've expanded to include beehives maintained by a resident beekeeper, composting systems, and even a few dwarf fruit trees. What began as my desperate attempt to save $20 on groceries has evolved into something I never imagined. Last month, our building won the city's Urban Green Space Innovation Award. With a $5,000 prize we're using to install solar-powered grow lights for winter production. The most unexpected benefit wasn't the free food or reduced grocery bills panted was the community before the garden. I barely knew my neighbors' names. Now I am having dinner with Mrs. Rodriguez's family weekly, teaching gardening classes at the community center, and watching children from the building learn where food comes from. One 9-year-old resident put it best during our fall harvest celebration: "Our building doesn't just have gardens, it grew its own village." I am still unemployed technically, but I've started a small business consulting for other buildings wanting to establish community gardens. 5 buildings in our neighborhood have started their own programs, and we're creating a network of urban farms across the city. Every morning when I water my original balcony plants, part now expert-level vertical systems with timed irrigation, I marvel at how hunger and necessity planted seeds that grew into so much more than just vegetables.